Imagine waking up one morning to find an entire town gone. Not a single person, animal, or even a teacup left behind. For decades, this baffling mystery has haunted history. What dark secret could make an entire community vanish overnight? I lived on the edge of Eldridge, a sleepy town of 800 souls, where everyone knew everyone. On October 12th, 2023, I spent the evening at the diner with Clara, the waitress who always hummed old jazz tunes, and Tom, a retired mechanic with stories of better days. The air felt heavy, like a storm brewed, but the sky stayed clear. Street lights flickered, and my phone glitched, refusing to send a text. Clara laughed it off, blaming old wiring. I walked home under an eerily silent sky, the usual crickets absent. Something felt wrong, but I shook it off and went to bed. I woke to an unnatural stillness. The clock read 7 a.m., but no birds sang. I drove into Eldridge, expecting the usual morning bustle. Instead, I found empty streets. Clara's diner stood open, coffee cups half full on tables, steam rising. The child's tricycle lay tipped over in the yard, a teddy bear beside it. My heart raced. I called out, my voice echoing. No one answered. Tom's truck sat in his driveway, keys in the ignition. I dialed 911, but the line buzzed dead. Panic gripped me. I ran to the sheriff's office, finding only a barking dog staring at nothing. I called my cousin Jake, a state trooper in the next county. He arrived with a team, their faces pale as they surveyed the scene. No signs of struggle, no footprints, no clues. They checked houses, beds unmade, breakfasts untouched. Jake muttered about a gas leak, but the air smelled clean. I noticed a faint hum, like distant machinery, but no one else heard it. The team cordoned off the town, their radios crackling with static. I felt eyes on me, though the streets were entry. Jake sent me home, promising answers. I drove away, the hum fading, but my dread growing. The news exploded with theories. Mass evacuation, some said, but no one saw buses or cars leaving. A cult suicide, others whispered, yet no bodies turned up. I dug into Eldridge's history, finding tales of a 19th century mining disaster that killed dozens. Locals claimed the land was cursed. The theories felt hollow, Nobody left wallets or phones behind in a hurry. I visited the library, now deserted, and found a book on local legends, a passage about shadow folk who took people at night sent a chill down my spine. The hum returned, louder, in my head. I met Sarah, a historian from a nearby town, who'd heard about Eldridge. She shared stories from truckers who saw strange lights in the sky that night. One swore he saw a figure vanish into thin air near the town's edge. Sarah mentioned quantum experiments at a nearby military base, hinting at dimensional rifts. I laughed, but the hum in my head pulsed. We drove to the base's perimeter, where guards turned us away. That night I dreamed of shadowy figures circling Eldridge, their whispers like the hum. I woke sweating, the sound gone, but my fear alive. Sarah and I interviewed Old Man Harris, who lived 10 miles from Eldridge. He claimed he saw a black mist over the town that night, moving like it was alive. His dog wouldn't go near the town's border, whining at the air. Harris whispered about the shadow folk, saying they punished greedy towns. I felt the hum again, stronger as he spoke. We checked his story, finding no mist in weather reports. Still, his trembling voice haunted me. I began to wonder if something unnatural took Eldridge, something beyond science. The hum became a constant buzz in my skull. I returned to Eldridge, sneaking past the police tape. The town felt colder, the air thick. In Clara's diner, I found a photo stuck to the counter, a blurry image of a shadowy figure with no face. My hands shook as I pocketed it. The hum grew deafening, and I ran, tripping over the tricycle. At home, I studied the photo, noticing a faint glow around the figure. Sleep eluded me. The hum felt like a warning, urging me to stop digging. I showed the photo to Jake, who dismissed it as a smudge. He warned me to stay away, citing national security. Sarah, however, believed it. She found records of a mining cult that worshipped the shadow beyond, offering sacrifices to appease it. The hum roared in my ears as she spoke. We theorized the cult's rituals opened a door to something dark, something that took Eldridge. I felt watched, the air heavy with unseen eyes. That night, the photo was gone from my desk. Though my doors were locked, I couldn't stop. I visited the mine's entrance, sealed since the disaster. The hum vibrated in my bones. I pried open a board and entered. The air cold and damp. My flashlight caught strange symbols carved into the walls, spirals and eyes. A whisper, not the hum, called my name. I froze, heart pounding. then vanished. I fled, the whisper chasing me. Outside, the hum stopped. I sealed the mine, vowing never to return. But the whisper lingered in my dreams, saying, "You saw us." The investigation stalled. No bodies, no clues. Eldridge became a ghost story, a warning. I moved away, the hum gone, but the whisper haunting me. Sarah kept searching, sending me articles about similar vanishings worldwide. I wondered if the shadow folk were real, taking towns for reasons unknown. Clara's smile, Tom's stories, they felt like dreams now. I locked the mine's symbols in my mind, afraid to speak them. The world moved on, but I checked my locks twice, fearing the shadows knew my name. I never found answers. The official report blamed an unknown event. Case closed. I kept the symbols' sketch hidden, their meaning unclear. Sarah suggested a ritual gone wrong, a tear in reality. I felt the whisper sometimes, faint but real, in quiet moments. Was it the shadow folk, or my mind breaking? I lived in fear, jumping at shadows, wondering if Eldridge was a warning. What if we're all one night away from vanishing, claimed by something we can't see? What would you do if your town was next? Thank you for coming on this journey with me. If you've ever had an experience like this, tell me about it in the comments. I'd really like to know that I'm not the only one. And if you want to see more content, hopefully much more terrifying content, please like this video and subscribe. Stay safe out there.